Mark Covington's not the only urban farmer in Detroit. In fact, he's part of a growing movement.
When I started, I was growing seedlings in the house. My dining room, my living room was full of plants. Somebody sent me an email saying that there was a meeting of gardeners, and they were telling them about the different resources that they offered. It felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. Wow. I was like, oh yes, I don't have to do this by myself, you know.
Mark's taking me to Earthworks, a highly productive urban agriculture and education hub that supplies would-be city farmers with everything they need, from support to seedlings.
Morning. How you doing? I'm well, and yourself? You know, the idea is to be able to have a space where folks can learn how to grow food at a level that would be for their own economic interests. So if they were trying to grow it to start a farm where they made money, or if they were trying to grow it at a scale in order to provide a really nice amount for their family. Could I introduce you guys real quick to, this is Russell? Yeah. If we could find him a spot.
This is part of Earthworks Agricultural Training Program, and we're learning to be urban farmers.
So what are we working with here?
This is pak choi.
I think that's a good one. That's got some good roots on it there.
Good root.
I got into it because I have young children. I wanted to be able to grow food, because I think that growing your own food is one of the most revolutionary acts you can participate in. And I also have a small vegan catering company, so
wow, okay.
Trying to grow for production purposes.
You want to make a business out of this?
Yeah. Detroit is not only unhealthy financially, but with health. And one of the first things that you can do to heal yourself is through your food.
So if we do it ourselves, we know what we have in us.
Exactly. I'm trying to be gentle with them. They're just so fragile, these little things.
Well, as Patrick would say, they're stronger than you realize.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Folks oftentimes think of the gardens and the farm as being what we do, but we see it as being more like the canvas upon what we do our work. That really the work is about people.
These seedlings will be distributed to over 1,000 families in community gardens all over the city.
On the days when we pick up transplants, it's like a carnival. There's so many people. Morning, morning. How you doing, gentlemen? This is our hoop house. Part of it is using this as being sort of the classroom, but then showing that it can be replicated on a smaller level. You know, you can go out to the hardware store and do this instead of being dependent.
It's one thing being able to provide the food, but do you think people would start eating more fresh fruit and vegetables if it was available?
As a country, we do not grow enough fresh fruits and vegetables for what we're supposed to be eating. So that capacity has to ramp up, that we have to be growing new farmers that are growing fresh fruits and vegetables. The flip side of that is, how do we get folks to eat fresh fruits and vegetables? I think it's relationship-based. And I think for most of the folks you talk to that find this work very sacred, almost always there's going to be some sort of memory attached to it. It might be way back in the back of their mind, but when you start asking them, they'll almost say, you know, it's because of a parent or a grandparent or my neighbor taught me how to do this, and we carry that with us still.
This is my friend EDITH FLOYD. She's one of the pioneers in blotting, or taking over vacant lots and growing food.
Hello.
How you doing?
How are you? I haven't seen you in a while.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, this is Russ.
Hi, Edith.
Russ.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Edith moved to Detroit as a child, and in her 40 years living on Mount Olivet Street, she's seen a lot of changes. So how many houses used to be on this street?
64.
64. And I can count 1, 2, 3,
It's
4,
6.
5, 6, literally just 6 you can see from here.
We adopted this first lot right here.
Okay.
And when the next house got torn down, we adopted the next lot.
Wow.
And then we kept on going until we got down to Van Dyke.
So how many lots have you adopted so far?
Just 28.
Just 28. What's this?
Gooseberries. Wash your fingers, the pickory bush.
Yeah. They are delicious.
Oh, red gooseberries. Wow, this looks great. And what do you think, Mark? What do you reckon to all this land?
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but it's fun.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
it is.
I like it.
I'd always say I get tired, but it's a good tired.
Not content with utilizing Detroit's Adopt-A-Lot program that allows residents to lease abandoned properties for personal use, Edith plans to turn the whole street into a drive-through fruit market.
And if they want, they can get out and pick it themselves, or if they call me a day before, I have it ready.
Do you believe that that you're going to be able to manage that? I mean...
Yeah, it's easy. All you got to do is have the equipment. You can zip through here in no time.
Edith got the grant money she needed to buy the tractor by volunteering to maintain the local park.
Just think, I was cutting it with a push lawnmower. It burned up. We burned up about 2 or 3 lawnmowers. And then I said, this is not working. We're gonna have to get a tractor.
I can't believe this. Just remember, we're in the middle of Detroit.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna do some tilling here. Now, where am I going?
It ain't going nowhere unless you put your foot on the gas. Good. Did a good job. Good farmer.
And thanks to this, you can turn that wasteland, that tall grass, into productive farmland.
Right, and into a timely fashion. Because I could plow and plant this whole thing in one day.
Yeah.
That's how fast it is.
And you think there's a real need for that in Detroit right now?
Yes, because right now, I can't walk to the grocery store. It's so far apart. You can go to the gas station to get junk, but to get fresh food, it's nowhere around here. At least you got to go 7 miles or 5 or 6 miles
7 miles
to get the food you need. It's so much land here. Why just let it sit here and go to nothing? I'd rather work with the land than to work against the land. I like to use the land. It's my friend. It feeds people. It'll take care of you if you take care of it.